Oh, hope everybody's having a good one. I don't know why I started like that. Oh man, it's just been one of those weeks, and you kind of gotta just goof off and crack up and just do whatever you can to keep yourself sane and happy and staying positive. But yeah, I really do hope everybody's having a good one. If you are, great. If you aren't, hang in there, because it is always gonna get better. Anyway, welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator with Cookie Pirate. Today, we're back in the Cirrus SR22, going somewhere new though. Well, actually, we're going somewhere that we've been, but we're taking off from somewhere we haven't. Going from Cordova, Alaska to Talkeetna. It's going to be about a 57-minute flight from what I was showing. Going at 20,000 feet. About 173 miles. Climb aboard. Oh. And let's go flying.
I'm all the sins that you can't confess. I'm just your ghost if we're not undressed. Part of me wish that we never met.
And this is why I do flight simulator videos and not covers of songs and stuff like that. Okay, we're loaded in. Had to get a couple things quickly configured. Oh, but here we are on the Crowned Maria Singer Pirate. Oh. Oh. Stop it. I don't know why I'm being so goofy. I swear I'm not gonna do this. We're only 3 minutes in, exactly 3 minutes and 2 seconds right now. And yeah, I'm not gonna do this the whole time, I promise. Turn OBS off here. CDI set to GPS. Alright. So we've got that initialized. 21 Celsius. Let's grab the weather at Cordova here quick. And Cordova is in the south central part of the state, east of Anchorage, and it is absolutely beautiful. 190 at 5, the visibility is 10, clear skies, 21 Celsius, 3007 at a set. Wow. Runways are 27 and 9. And then I think there's a 1836 if I'm not mistaken, or 119. Let me see. Oh, it's 1634. Oh, that's because of the magnetic variation. That runway is 1900 feet long. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing that one. We'll probably take... What did the wind say? 190? Yeah. I guess we'll probably take runway 27. That'll put us on course. Alright, let's configure some autopilot stuff. We'll set to 270 and we'll probably have to fine-tune that. FLC on and set to 110. $111. Okay. $20,000. VNav on. We'll leave nav off for now until we evaluate terrain. But that all looks good. Strobe lights. Wow. Oh, a little bit of lag there. Look at that, though. That's beautiful. And we have crystal clear skies. Amazing. Oh. Oh, look at that. I couldn't even see at first. The mountain peak's just in front of the trees there. Kind of hidden. That's super. And of course, that's pretty out that way. And you can see those pretty well. We saw that. Okay. We cleared both sides. That guy on the toggle moved back. The strobe lights are on. Clear. One more time. Left, right, ahead. Clear! And yeah, forgot to put the mixture forward. That's why. I've been forgetting to do that. That's the second time. Mixture full forward, boost pump, power back. About to there. Alright, let's try it again. Clear! Oil pressure is immediately up into the green. Temperature is rising. I'll lean the mixture for peak. Peak RPM. Right there. Back to idle. Alternators on. Avionics on. Nav lights on. And we'll get ready to taxi here in just a moment. Alright, if we go whatever runway heading, something like that perhaps, and we'll climb up and get on course. Release the park and brake. Brakes work. And let's go ahead and spin around here. Man, that is beautiful. I mean, you couldn't have picked a better day to come out of here. I mean, not only is it crystal clear, but it's also quite warm. This part of Alaska doesn't usually get quite these warm temperatures.
What will you do with your life? You know it's hard to survive. A cigar in my mouth. Maybe guilty, but
27 is that way, so we actually do want to turn back this way.
dangerous, but it's so fun. Running, running low. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running low. Keep running
There's a taxi path. Kind of all over the place over here. And, yep. Never fails. Fuel goes out that way. And that says that that's a taxiway. Wide or narrow one? Taxiway that leads to the runway, they say. On the map. And look at the I take it that snow on the ground despite it being plus 20. Look out there. That's just absolutely gorgeous. Wow. Ooh.
Settle down in the place of dreams, float away in the scenery.
I have a feeling this is going to be absolutely beautiful.
Let's explore the world we see. All the dangers have been made up. You believe what they say. Through the heartache, I would stargaze.
And Maria, I hope this makes you feel a bit better. I hope it makes you feel a lot better, actually. So that connector goes right back through there. Alright, so what we'll do is go ahead and sit here, do our run up, and then we can just taxi over. Alright. Check a couple things. First, we're going to do the run up. Mixture goes full rich. Up to 1700 RPM. Right there. Landing light, ice light, pitot heat all on. Electrical systems look good. Turn those off, leave the landing lights on since we need them. It does, thank you, I'm glad to hear it. You're always welcome. Mag check. Alright, 1710, let's check the right mag. Good. Back to both. Left. Good. Back to both. Our engine instruments are all in the green. Everything looks good. No errors, warnings, cautions. Go back to idle power here. Right, couple things interior check.
Engaging autopilot.
Autopilot works. Trim wheel, set that to take off. Good. And jump outside the cockpit real quick. Rudder is good, elevators are good, and ailerons are good. Back into the cockpit. Flaps to half. Good on the left, good on the right. Release the parking brake and a hard right turn. And looks like it's gonna be right there on the edge of the grass. Probably just hit a taxiway light. Whatever. I don't understand why this isn't lined. Is this supposed to be a service road or something like that? I don't know, but it's not marked as such. There's taxiway lights going up too here. Very unusual. I have a feeling that that is not correct. Where we just went and everything. But oh my gosh, just look at that view. Just gonna sit here on the runway for a moment. I mean, that is absolutely spectacular. I'm gonna set the parking brake and actually gonna look at this while we're out here. Number one, just get another view. Second, we're gonna zoom out here. Okay. So there's a pass. You look kinda up here. There's a pass between these rising mountains here. I don't think if we take off from here we would clear those. So what we'll probably need to do is fly. Number one, let's make sure our runway heading is set. That right there will work. So we'll fly out, we'll probably come up over the water here, and then we, by this point, we should be high enough to clear that. And once we get over the water, we can turn and intercept the GPS course on track to Talkeetna. So actually going to go ahead, just for now, switch that to relative. Release the park and brake. Power forward, engine instruments are looking good. Airspeed, yeah, it is now. I was gonna say airspeed hadn't come alive yet, and it has now. Okay. 77 knots, will lift off. Nice easy climb here. Just look at that. I mean, this might be one of the most beautiful takeoffs we've had. We can bring the flaps up. Whoa! That's incredible. Just wow. We're actually turning a little bit to the left here. 800 feet above the ground, we can engage the autopilot. And we are going to set nav. See, VNav is on, FLC is on, nav is on, but it's gonna be, no, heading should be on. So we should override that. We'll start a turn here. Wow. I mean, the ocean's all right there. Wow. Wow. Okay. We can do a couple things here real quick. Landing lights can come off. Whoa, that is one of the best. It absolutely has to be one of the most beautiful takeoffs we've had. Boost pump stays on. We can lean the mixture. We can decide if we want to do a full power. Now, I'll tell you what. Because we have the terrain here, we'd actually be able to clear all of it now. I'm going to power back to 30.5. We're going to do the lean to peak. So we'll lean the mixture there. We'll lower the nose to raise the airspeed to 120 on the FLC. At this point, we're going to do another turn. 290 heading would be good. We're actually over all the terrain now. A little bit bumpy over here. Whoa! I said I was going to stop it. Oh! It's really, I didn't realize how flat and full of like low-lying shallow lakes this area here is. That's really pretty. A road that comes this way. And then they have to go over all of this here. That's got to be a beautiful drive. Don't stop. Oh, okay. Here's the actual town or city of Cordova. Right out there. And here's a very small airstrip. All for general aviation. Very small planes. I don't know if this would... It probably would, actually. But yeah, here's the town of Cordova. Alright, let's go back into the cockpit real quick. Pitot heat required. It's already only 2 degrees Celsius at 5,600 feet. Wow. It's unusual. And we have plenty of height over terrain, so we're going to go ahead and set a 320 heading to intercept our GPS course. And Now we still getting this bright sunny view of all these mountains over here. I mean, that is just absolutely spectacular. Alright, there's our flight display up at the top of the screen. You can follow progress and stats of the flight in the airplane. And let me just check and make sure the nav should be on. Yeah, so what that means is even though we're flying the heading, once we get to the GPS course, we'll automatically intercept that. It is really dark all of a sudden in my house. And it looks like we're about to get a pretty, actually a pretty heavy thunderstorm, so I need to get up and close my garage. I just got to thinking, I'm like, it's kind of getting dark. And I looked, I said, it can't be that late yet. And I looked and it's, I mean, here on the east coast of the US, it's not even 6 p.m. And I said, there's no way. I said, that's unusually dark for this time of day. And I said, I bet you we're getting some sort of a storm. And yeah, sure enough, there's one not far off. No big deal. Summer pop-up thunderstorms, they happen all the time around here. Alright, we are turning to intercept our course to Talkeetna. Let me go ahead and pull up the map and we'll show you the route today. Yeah, okay, you gotta be kidding me. Why don't we have the line? Well, whatever. So here's Cordova in this area. Be safe. Yes, I will. Thanks, Maria. So Cordova here. We are coming up this way. I'm not sure what that airport is. Tetitlek? I guess. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I always struggle with these names that are native in origin. But we'll pass up through here and we should get a pretty good view of the port of Valdez. Valdez itself has a beautiful bit of scenery, and the Valdez airport has a what they call a stall competition, a short takeoff and landing. So it's a contest in how little distance can you get your plane airborne, and from touchdown, how quickly can you get it to stop, like in how short of distance. We might do something with that later on. Might take a short takeoff and landing plane. For example, the Zleen Shock Ultra, I think, the Zleen Savage Cub, even the Cub Crafter's X Cub would be an adequate plane for that. So, but anyway, we come up past here. We fly over the Chugach, I'm saying that correctly, mountains, with Anchorage and the Kenai Peninsula off to the west. Actually, the Kenai Peninsula is way to the west, and Anchorage will be a fair ways off. Palmer, I believe, is out over here, and into Talkeetna here, which lies... We've been in and out of Talkeetna before. It's just short of the Alaska range, where Denali. So yeah, we'll be going right up, kind of like that. And it was looking to be about a 57-minute flight. Zoom out on the GPS course on the display there. Pretty mild winds, at least up here at almost 12,000 feet. There's only a 6 to 7, 5, okay, knot wind, and we're getting like a 2 to 3 knot tailwind. Oh, wow, look at there. So, if you look back this way, all of this is part of the... I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so all of that is kind of an extension down on the side of the Kenai Peninsula. The east side, are a lot of the glaciers, and the town of Seward sits out here. Glacier areas up here. The Copper River, I believe, is this here that runs up inland, yep, to Talkeetna, and out kind of that way, almost towards Talkeetna Cross Northway. It's kind of the boundary of South Central and the interior. As you go up that way, you get closer to Delta Junction, Fairbanks, Eagle, Central Circle, all that stuff into the interior. Yakutat, and then out here is more South Central, or Southeast, Juneau, Skagway, Haines, Sitka, and Ketchikan down that way. So we're flying in an area of Alaska I haven't really been into. Not only a new airport, but a new area that we're going out of. And we have incredible weather. That's normally not that good. So we get to take advantage of that. Oh, the winds are picking up here. 10, 11 knots, and they're mostly crosswind. Whoa! Now that is pretty remarkable. Let's look outside for a bit. Yeah, wow. That is so cool. That is amazing. All that up there, I want to say that has to be the Copper River Valley. But I'm not 100% sure. Actually, no, now I'm not totally sure what all that is. I mean, we can always zoom in and look. Just kind of now flattens out a bit. There's Valdez right there. There's the Valdez airport in the town. Kind of sits more so tucked back in the mountains, whereas Cordova sits right at the base of the mountains, pretty much near the water. Right back over there. That's amazing. Alright, here we've passed 18,000 feet, so we're going to go ahead and set standard pressure on the altimeter. And we've burned right about just under 6 gallons of fuel. It's not bad. On my way climbing up to 20,000 feet, we burn what will be just over 6 gallons. And we're carrying... Well, we were carrying 23 gallons per tank, I think. Wow. Yeah, wow. Now I just get a view of all these snow-capped mountains, and they look tall, but we're going to be plenty over them. Won't really get much of a view of the Kenai Peninsula beyond just these mountains, but we may get a pretty decent view of Anchorage. Albeit at a bit of a distance, but... yeah, here we are leveling off right here at 20,000 feet. Minus 25 here at 20,000. That's... I'm a little bit surprised it's that cold considering that it was plus 21 on the ground at Cordova. Let's just lean the mixture just a tiny bit more. I mean, we could enrich in it for best power. But I mean, too, really, if we leave it like right here, it's probably fine. Although we will get a little bit of speed if we... I mean, another gallon and a half per hour. Peak power right at 90%. Why not? Yeah, let's just do that. That's fine. And as we accelerate to cruise, it's showing us about 30. This is 38 up there. It's 30. Yeah, 37 and change. So not a particularly long flight, and we have pretty much a direct crosswind. We do have a 6. Yeah, right about a 6 knot tailwind component, which is fine. But you can tell because the track... See how we're not flying right parallel with the track? We're actually... So, this right here, DTK 294. So, the course is plotted at 294 degrees. Which is west and a little bit north. And we're facing 288 because we have to correct for the wind. So what would be happening over time if we followed this course, the wind would push us, because it's coming from the left, it would push us to the right off course. So you angle the plane into the wind, or toward, I should say, toward the direction the wind is coming from, to correct for that. And that way, the wind will push us right along the course. So you may hear here referred to wind correction angle. That's what that means. In our case, it's 6 degrees to the left today. Right now. I mean, it can change, of course, as wind conditions vary.
Jack it up.
Whoa, look right down here, there's a glacier. And that is patch terrain, probably. Wow. There's a couple glaciers out back there. And Valdez is right back here. You zoom in and grab a look at that. Yeah, there's the airport right there. And the town to be right in that area. Oh! You can see Denali from here, just barely. There's the summit right there. Anchorage, I believe, should be starting to become visible kind of up in this area once we get a little closer. It's just a lot of mountains inland and stuff. These are the Chugach Mountains. Look at the wide. Whoa. Look at the wide angle view. I think that's pretty cool. Back into the cockpit, yeah, and we're fuel imbalance because I forget to switch the tanks every time. We can go ahead and shut that off now. That'll take a minute to clear, so forget that almost every time. I've kind of gotten away from pulling up the checklists on the on this display here called the MFD, and try to really do them by muscle memory. But you can definitely tell occasionally I forget certain line items, such as switch the fuel tank. Switch the fuel tank selector, I should say. I've forgotten twice in 2 or 3 days the mixture fall forward when you get ready to start the engine. That's why you get it running and it cranks and it just shuts down immediately. So, I mean, it's generally, you want to have the checklists more or less committed to memory, but it's still good to look over them just to make sure you don't miss anything, because we're all human, and something can get omitted or done incorrectly, and that's why you have the checklist, just to make sure that you don't miss anything and that you do the correct things at the right times and also the right settings. Certain things are not a big deal if you miss them, but other times there are things that could cause a really serious problem if you forget to do it or set it incorrectly, for example. Like, for example, if you don't have the mixture fall forward when you start the engine, well, if you don't have the mixture forward at all, then what you're going to do is the engine is going to start and it's immediately going to stop because it doesn't have fuel to keep it running, and you're probably not going to do any engine damage, but it's going to look frustrating, and so maybe just makes you feel kind of silly. But if you don't have the mixture full rich when you take off, for example, you run the risk of doing some very serious engine damage. So that's kind of an example of a certain setting at a certain time may not be much of a big deal, and at another time, the same item forgetting to be done can be critical. Yeah, I'll look out that way. Look out that way too. So again, we get a great view of Denali right here. Well, a great view, I should say. It's a distant view, but you can still see it nonetheless. Again, this tall peak right here. Contrast to these glowing white mountains, Denali's still kind of faint, but it's there. And as it stands right now at our current altitude, Denali is about another 300 or so feet taller. Not sure what those over there are, but they're pretty tall. Let's look. Oh, that might be Mount Wrangell. In fact, I think it is. And Mount Wrangell kind of sits over toward Golconda, kind of before Northway. Wow. Another glacier right here. Take a look down. That is pretty cool. Kind of seems silly, but I just imagine it would, if you could slide like on a sled down those, or like on a pair of ice skates or something like that. Would probably be really fun. Ah. And this is kind of jumping all over again. The throttle. Just pull the power back. I'm just going to cycle it real quick. If I leave it right... Oh! Starting to air again. Really don't know why it's doing that. But, okay. And we'll leave it as is. Should be fine now. Getting a little bumpy. Bumpy right there again. Get a little bit better view further up, but Anchorage is right over here. As we get a little bit further north, we're already more than halfway. And yeah, showing right about 20 minutes en route. So let's see, do we... 74 miles. We may be able to pick the weather up for Talkeetna, maybe not. Not yet. Oh, well, I mean, there's another way. Pull the chart up. And... click on the airport there. 21. 53 variable at 310 miles clear. And 19 Celsius. So what I think we're going to do is land runway 1. So what we'll do... procedures, select approach. We can do the RNAV, we can do the VOR DME, we can do the VOR. Visual. Probably end up doing the let me look at the chart and see which of these that we would want to do. Christensen Lake. No, that's not it. That's the seaplane base there. Okay, here we go. Talkeetna. Runway 1, RNAV, GPS. So, JOSPO. JAWSPO is the initial or intermediate fix right on course. So we'll go to that there. Fly course reversal, no. And what are the minimums for this approach? They are... 560 feet above the ground. Okay. Which, I mean, we've got great visibility, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about that at all. Saw a bit of a lightning flash outside my window. And yeah, you can see Denali coming into a better range. If we pull the map up and take a look, it should have us... Okay, all of these weird... It probably has every turn factored in. But if we fly direct JAWSPO, it should just send us right along the fix here. And that's actually going to be a slightly... No. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to fly direct to the final approach fix. And we'll just activate vectors. So we'll pull the flight plan up, come down to Ezal, which is the final approach fix. Activate, and... Oh, and look at that, it's going to tell us stop at ascent here in just a moment. So let's go ahead and just start that down. 15,000 for now is fine to get us started down. Yeah, there's Anchorage. Here we go, started down. Let's go ahead and pull back on the power. Set about 40% power for right now. We continue to pick up speed, we'll pull back more. It looks like it's pretty stable. A little bit of a bump. And let me just check safe altitude over these mountains here. 7,000 is the highest off to the course that we're going to be going, so we can do, for now, we'll set 7,500. This thing kind of jumps over the place all of a sudden. You turn it, it goes at the hundreds, and then it starts going at the thousands if you continue to turn it. It's a little tricky to set. I like it better in the Diamonds and the Cessnas and the G1000s, because what you have is an altitude. It's kind of like this here. If you're looking at this, you have this to set how many thousand and this to set how many hundred. It makes it a little bit easier for fine-tuning. Let's pull the weather back up real quick. Still not available? Come on. To get the weather from right here. 30.12 on the altimeter. There we go. And we need to come back more. Look at that speed starting to go up. 30.5. And we just monitor our mixture to make sure it stays within the green. Bottom of the green is okay, below the green we need to enrich it. And we'll continue to watch our airspeed and adjust the power as needed. So remember, when we are descending along VNAV, Vertical Navigation Guidance, that controls our descent rate, which is right here. And the airspeed is controlled with the power lever, or the throttle. On the other hand, if the FLC mode is on, we have a constant airspeed, and our vertical speed, our climber descent rate, is controlled with the throttle. Just get a bit better, we can bump it up to 37. Yeah. Or take like that there. Yeah, look at that. Now we've got a good view of Anchorage. You zoom in and look. Oh, come on. Yeah. Can't move while I have it zoomed like this. But Anchorage International is right here. The city's over here, and this is Elmendorf Air Force Base. Then up here is Palmer, Wasilla, Willow, areas that they call the Matsu Valley, the Matanuska River, and then the Susitna River is further up that way. And they call that whole area. Back on the power here. Just a little bit. Man, I can't get over this view. I mean, this has to be one of the overall most beautiful flights. I mean, from takeoff to this point, we've had good scenery. Like, well, I should say, we have good scenery pretty much everywhere up here. But we've had incredible scenery, you know, within viewing distance, pretty much the entire flight. There too. really prominent mountain peaks in the distance to, I mean, on the ground at Cordova was just absolutely gorgeous. I almost didn't want to take off. Just wanted to sit there and look at the mountains that view from the runway for a little while. Showing about 10 minutes remaining in the flight. It'll probably be 12 or 13. One thing we can do... Well, if you zoom out here, you can see Denali, a couple other mountain peaks there. Zoom in to 15. So about 30 miles from the airport right now. And what we'll probably do is set... Oh, that's handy. If you push it, it actually sets it to your current heading, so you have a quicker. So if it's all the way on the other side, you don't have to worry about like spinning it all the way around. We'll set like that when we get a little bit closer. Let's give ourselves some room to set up for final. Wow, it's pretty remarkable. Bumpy. A little bit. Of course, we're descending over the mountains like this. It's common to get what they call some mountain wave turbulence, and or it can be known as mechanical, because it isn't due to the air rising, which is usually the cause of turbulence, or wind shear. What happens is you have the air that's just flowing, and then descends or rises up over the mountain peaks and gets kind of turbulent because of that. I think at some point, if I do a little bit of explanation of aviation weather, I mean, I like explaining things because it's good information for you all to know, so you may have a better understanding of why I'm doing something in the sim, but it's also explaining it kind of gives me a refresher to keep that concept in mind, because it's something I learned many years ago when I went through my real-world pilot training and flight school and everything like that, or I should take ground school, and it's been 15 years since I did that, roughly, and for sure I don't remember all of it. Until certain things kind of jog my memory a bit. $7,500, we need to level back. Descend down, don't level off please. Keep descending. Okay, good. Yeah, there we go. And we are good to go all the way down to what is saying 2,900. Once we're out of the way of all the mountains. Which we are. $2,900. Zoom in another notch. We'll go ahead and break off of the course, and we will activate vector to final. And this river right here, is it? Yeah, it's the Talkeetna River. That's what I thought it was. And that runs all the way up. Actually, from some of the mountains southwest of Delta Junction. So, river runs, so everybody knows, well, not everybody, but a lot of people who hear Talkeetna River and know about it, know that it kind of runs into the bay with a Cook Inlet here, near Anchorage. The Talkeetna Valley, the Matanuska Valley. So they call this the Matsu Valley because it's the valley with the two rivers in it. And it runs all the way up from Talkeetna, up through here. Or no, it goes maybe up here? No. Now it goes up into here and kind of around these mountains here. This is where Delta Junction is. It's kind of the east, northeast. It's part of the Alaska Range. Or maybe not. It's... I think it is. I'd have to double check that though. Maybe a sub-branch of the Alaska Range. In effect. Alright, let's go ahead and do some descent items. Landing light or mixture has actually been good. We'll probably need to bump it richer a bit once we continue descending here. We just need to stay at 2,900 feet. Zoom in on the chart. A little more. And continue down. Come on. I don't know, maybe turn the FLC on. Pull back a little more on the power. Oh, it's bumpy over here. So here's the Talkeetna River. That's pretty. That's more pretty. Couple of these real prominent peaks here. That's Denali. I forget the name of that one. I'll look real quick. It is Mount Foraker. And we're just going to continue on the heading that we're flying right now. But we need to reach our point of descent. And at the final approach fix, we need to be all the way down to 2,000. We can descend. We're in visual conditions as well, so we can safely descend 2,000 feet. And we're gonna turn the FLC off and just pull the power. I have to raise that. Very gentle turn in. Turn the FLC off, and hopefully our speed will decay enough. We can probably go ahead and put I mean, we're slow enough to where we can, but it might be better to not do so yet. I was gonna say, but we could put half flaps. We're below 150. But with our speed where it's at, it may not be quite the best idea yet. Oh, that is choppy though. Holy cow. We're about to level off here anyway. VNAV is on. And I'm gonna see if we can't get the plane to fly a bit. Of course. Let me check the airport elevation real quick. It is 365. Okay. Alright, well now we're slow enough we can go half flaps. We're going to put the power back into maintain. $300 feet. So autopilot will be off at that point anyway. And we should just be staying level, put the power back in. Final items, we can turn the pitot heat off. We're going to go mixture full rich. I see the runway. It's right here. We intercept the GPS course in just a moment here. And that is coming in. Do I need to turn approach on? Nav on, approach on. So we should start descending with this. I hope it works this time, because it's been really finicky lately. Is it starting a climb? Descent. It's bringing the nose down. Is it? Does approach need to not be on? I don't know, doesn't matter at this point. Let's go half flaps. Fly the plane by hand. Let me check this trim tab. Oh, shouldn't be doing that. What is going on? Let's get back on course here. Alright, a little bit high. Let's take some power out. Line back up on course here. Take more power out. Try to... Alright, below 110. We're continuing. Let's go full flaps. Gentle crosswind here. Oh, we need to put a little bit of power in. looking good. We're just a tiny bit below glide path. Look at that. See, the times before that we've come into here, we've gone over runway 1. Or no, sorry, we're going for runway 1 right now. We've come in on runway 19, which is of course the opposite direction. A little more trim. A little more trim. Okay. Yeah, we're a little bit slow. Let's add some power in, but we're looking pretty good. This is a nice stable approach. Gentle wind, 2-3 knots. Now it's a direct headwind, which is awesome. Come back over this way. Just a little bit here. Right on course. Take power out. Tiny bit high, not bad. Let's put power back in. We are a little slow. And ease down to the ground. Take the power out. Minus 30 feet per minute. Wow. That is really good. I'm happy with that. Let's get on the brakes. We're going to have a little bit of a longer taxi back. Bring flaps all the way up. We do have one more turn off right here. Good. That makes it a little bit less long. Okay. Clear left and right. Continue the taxi over this way. Beautiful. Oh, that was lovely. Oh, that was a lovely flight. Bad. Bad. Take a look right here. It may be a little tricky to see, but the airport's name, or the city's name, Talkeetna, which is the same, is kind of etched in the pavement right out here over on the ramp. Hey, look at this. The tug stopped. That's in our way. Watch, he's probably going to drive right through my airplane. He's trying to turn. He was turning. Okay. See if he's going to move. This is kind of funny. Gorgeous. Yes, it was. Well, the flight was. I hope you're not referring to my singing. Alright, whatever. Well, he's just gonna sit there now. Now is a stare down. Oh, they really need to fix the vehicle pathing with these things. The good news is it doesn't render any sort of a, doesn't render any sort of collision. Another vehicle in the way. Free the runway for a truck, right? Yo! And yeah, we'll stop right there. Okay. Let me go ahead and get the parking brake set. Alright. Oh, we forgot that there. Not a real big deal on arrival. Boost pump is off. Don't need to worry about switching fuel tanks. Landing light off. Nav lights off. We leave the strobes on. Everything else... Oh, excuse me. Everything else here is off.
I think I learned my lesson, and I'm not gonna let you out.
Okay, everything else looks good. Let's go ahead and shut the engine off. Our flaps are up. Electrical systems look good here. Let's go ahead and slowly pull the mixture to idle. Alright, engine is stopped. Magneto switch off. Strobe lights off. Avionics. Okay, an hour and 1 minute. And I think that was coupled by not as strong of a tailwind as we were expecting. It was a crosswind most of the way. So, it's still pretty good time. Absolutely beautiful view. Alternators off. Battery switches off. And here we are. Full airport buildings here. Talkeetna is actually a pretty popular area for tourism into Alaska because it is pretty much. Oh look! Look right there. You can see it. You can just barely see the summit of the mountain. Of course, I was gonna say it's the gateway to Denali. It's also not far from Anchorage, and you've got the woods, the river, all of that good stuff. And Talkeetna has a fairly mild climate in the winter and fairly warm in the summer. And it's a good spot. I actually had a friend many years ago who took a vacation to Talkeetna, and he went in the middle of September. And it was chilly. He said temperatures were around freezing. Or maybe a touch warmer. Maybe in the 40s Fahrenheit. So between 5 and 10 Celsius. And all of the leaves were changing, and he got to see the northern lights, because of course that time of the year you have about an equal amount of daylight and nighttime, and he loved it. So if I ever go to Alaska, I think I would love to check out Talkeetna for a little while. But yep, well, welcome to Talkeetna, folks. I hope you enjoyed the flight from Cordova. Thanks for flying with me as always, and hope to have you aboard on the next one. And until then, take care, stay safe. I had to one more time. Sorry. And we'll see ya.